Hello there everyone, welcome back to a brand new Game of Thrones review. This is going to be one of the last in a while. I might watch season 5 in a few months, but that might take a while or a wee bit. But today I finished obviously my Game of Thrones season 4 DVD, and obviously with that I also completed the season 1 to season 4 complete box set that I got a while ago on a second-hand shop. So obviously I watched season 1 to season 4, and I might watch season 5 and buy those eventually as well, and the other seasons. So there we go. The 4th season of the fantasy drama television series Game of Thrones premiered in the United States on HBO on April the 6th 2014 and concluded on June the 15th 2014. It was broadcast on Sunday at 9 p.m. in the United States, consisting of 10 episodes each and running approximately 50 to 60 minutes. The season is adapted primarily from the second half of A Storm of Swords, along with elements of A Feast for Crows and A Dance with Dragons. All novels from A Song of Ice and Fire series by George.R.R. Martin. The series is adapted for television by David Benioff and D.B. Weiss. HBO ordered the 4th season on April the 2nd, 2013, which began filming in July 2013. The season was filmed primarily in Iceland, Northern Ireland and Croatia. The story takes place in a fictional world, primarily upon a continent called Westeros, with one storyline occurring on another continent to the east, Essos. After the death of Robb Stark at the Red Wedding, all 3 remaining kings in Westeros believe they have claim to the Iron Throne. King Joffrey is killed by poison at his own wedding, and his uncle Tyrion is blamed. Young Tommen Baratheon is crowned king. Meanwhile, Sansa Stark escapes King's Landing. At the wall, Jonsnow and the Night's Watch, badly outnumbered, begin a grim battle against 100,000 wildlings. But Stannis Baratheon's army sweeps in to demand the wildlings surrender. Obviously, Bran Stark's vision lead him far beyond the wall to the north, where he meets the three-eyed raven. Daenerys Targaryen captures Meereen and decides to rule as Queen of Slavers Bay until she can permanently defeat the slavers. She finds ruling more difficult than conquering. She reluctantly chases up her growing dragons, which have become more chaotic, who have obviously become difficult to control as well. Arya Stark crisscrosses Westeros accompanied by the Hound, but sails alone to Braavos and Essos to end the season off. Game of Thrones features a large ensemble cast, including Peter Dinklage, Nikolai Coster-Waldau, Lena Headey, Emilia Clarke and Kit Harington. The season introduced a number of new cast members, including Pedro Pascal, very famous actors, guys. Indira Varma, Michael Huisman, and Dean Charles Chapman as well. Critics praised the show's production value and cast, with specific accolades for Dinklage's portrayal of Tyrion Lannister. Viewership yet again rose compared to the previous season. It won 4 of the 19 Emmy Awards for which it was nominated as well. So obviously the episodes were called, the first episode was called Two Swords, the second The Lion and the Rose, the third Breaker of Chains, the fourth Oathkeeper, the fifth First of His Name, the sixth episode Laws of Gods and Men, the 7th Mockingbird, the 8th episode was called The Mountain and the Viper, the 9th episode was titled The Watchers on the Wall, and the 10th episode The Children as well. So there we go. There are a lot of them. Main cast include, well, I would say 20 and more, I suppose, cast members. So we have Peter Dinklage as Tyrone Lannister, Nikolai Coster-Waldau as Jaime Lannister, Lena Headey as Cersei Lannister, Emilia Clarke as Daenerys Targaryen, Kit Harington as Jon Snow, Charles Dance as Tywin Lannister, Natalie Dormer as Marjorie Tyrell, Jack Gleeson as Joffrey Baratheon, or I suppose Joffrey Lannister. We have Sophie Turner as Sansa Stark, Maisie Williams as Arya Stark, John Bradley as Samma Tarly, Rose Leslie as Ygritte. R.I.P. man, R.I.P. Ygritte in this season. Oh my days, I literally stood up and I was like, holy fucking damn, I can't believe Ygritte died. Oh man, and the arms of her, as I think, lover. But yeah, that's the story of Game of Thrones. You already know that these characters will die, because eventually all the main characters will somehow, some way, you know, be with one another, and some characters will be the ones who stop that, and they will be killed off, right? So, for example, we already know that Jon Snow and Daenerys will end up together. So Ygritte, well, she needs to die, right? So Christopher Hivio as Tormund Giantsbane as well. So that's one of the Wildlings. Rory McGann as Sandor the Hound. Clegane, Gwendolyn Christie as Brienne of Tarth as well. She really thought of the Hound very well in this season, the last episode as well. Jeremy Flynn as Bronn. Sybil Kekeli as Shay. So there we go. Ian Glenn as Jorah Mormont. Liam Cunningham as Davos Seaworth. Stephen Delane as Stannis Baratheon. Caris van Houten as Melisandre. Wait a second, is she Dutch? Oh, she is a Dutch actress. That's really interesting. I really didn't know that, but sure. Alfie Allen as Theon Greyjoy, aka Reek. Isaac Hempstead Wright as Bran Stark. Ewan Royon as Ramsay Snow / Ramsay Bolton. A real dickhead he is. There we go. We also have Conleth Hill as Varys, Aidan Gillen as Peter Littlefinger Baelish, and Huna Mere as Gilly. Ah, dude, I love Gilly. She's awesome. So there you go. There are other persons that I really won't talk about, because there are a lot of cast members in Game of Thrones. So yeah, there are many of them. You can look them up on Wikipedia. So there we go. So there we go. Very interesting. Obviously, one of the main new cast members was Pedro Pascal, who plays Oberyn Martell. He gets killed off, obviously, as well. So there we go. Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, season 4 of Game of Thrones was one of those great seasons. Obviously, Joffrey dies, Tywin dies, obviously Pedro Pascal's Oberyn Martell dies, so there are a lot of people who die. So yeah, I'm really excited to see where this will go in season 5. Obviously, I haven't seen season 5 yet, but I really get invested in the world of Westeros and Essos. So yeah, I might watch other things like Game of Thrones, the other seasons of Game of Thrones as well, but also like House of the Dragons and A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I think A Night of the Seven Kingdoms might be one of those seasons or series that I really like. So there you go. Yeah, but Game of Thrones have always done well at the the awards, right? So Game of Thrones won Best International Show in 2014, right? Also, Best Guest Actor for a Drama was won by Pedro Pascal as well. And Best Supporting Actress in the Drama was Maisie Williams. Really cool. Outstanding Art Direction for a Single Camera Fantasy Series was also won. And also Outstanding Costume for a Series was also won. Outstanding Prosthetics Makeup for the Series was also won for Game of Thrones this season as well. Outstanding Special and Visual Effects 2, an Actress Drama Series with Lena Headey, who obviously plays Cersei Lannister, was also won. And Best Drama Guest Actor Pedro Pascal was also won. So there we go. There are tons of them, so that's really cool, right? So yeah, I mean, the season wraps up quite nicely. There are certain plot lines that I kind of really like. There is this one, obviously, with Cersei and Jaime, where they end up back together. So that's really nice. Before that, Cersei kept rejecting her brother. And yeah, I think that was really interesting to see. Jon Snow has his entire storyline with, the Wall. And we also have Sam, right? Sam and Gilly also have a really interesting and cute storyline, I would say. Because Gilly is like, I really love Gilly. So yeah, it's really nice to see her story being wrapped up quite nicely with obviously Sam. They fall in love. So there you go. There are certain plot lines that I think could have been better. I just really want to see Theon Greyjoy have a redemption arc, because it's really, really sad to see him as Reek. Yeah, and obviously the plot line or the storyline with Bran Stark, I don't really dig it. The three-eyed raven, yeah, sure. It's like, whatever. There are certain battles that are more important to that, and then suddenly Bran, sees things and wants to go to like a tree and sees like a three-eyed raven old man. So yeah, I was really digging it, but it was still very interesting to watch. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed this last for a while Game of Thrones season review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know down in the comment section below what you thought of it and what you think of Game of Thrones as well, and I will check you later. Goodbye everyone.
We're in the great game now.
Well, he didn't do that thing you do with your tongue.
Look, we not talk about that here.
We don't talk about that here. Well, I'm Jon Snow. I've killed dead men in Coronathan, but I'm scared of naked girls.
I seemed scared the other day.
You were trembling like a leaf.
Only in the beginning.
Only in the beginning.
Most time to kill everyone.
I can't just hide here with you while they're fighting out there.
Why not? You won't matter up there. You will down here.
I am a man of the Night's Watch Guilty. I made a promise to defend the wall, and I have to keep it. Because that's what men do.
Promise me you won't die.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the enemy! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!